Let's be honest, there's no guidebook when it comes to relationships. So we end up having to stumble through life trying to figure things out for ourselves. What if there was a podcast that found the answers for you, that provided insight to build a successful relationship and ultimately find the companionship you've always hoped for? Welcome to the Girls Ask Guys show, where we answer the questions most people are afraid to ask when it comes to lessons in life and love. It's time to master this thing called life together with your hosts, John and Ashley.
And welcome back to everybody on our basically it's really just a 6-part series about getting first date, also kind of how to behave in a relationship sexually, as well as to make it so that the person never stops thinking about you. Today, I think we're going to just kind of jump into it about porn.
Yeah, we're just going to throw everything to the wind here. We're just going to get right down to it.
What is wrong with you guys? Why do you watch porn and assume that's it? Now, obviously, the obvious reason is you say, well, when I watch porn, there's a pleasure center triggered. So I figure the person I'm sleeping with will like that too. Yeah. That's entirely false.
Yeah, there's really two basic reasons that guys watch porn. One is fantasy.
Yeah.
The other one is a little bit more disturbing. You actually want to learn how to get better at sex. But no, we can't do anything about the fantasy thing. Guys, people got their own taste and whatever, but some of that is kind of weird, in my opinion. But yeah, for you guys that actually want to learn how to get better in bed, no. I mean, I'm just going to say it straight up. No.
Yeah.
You're learning some really bad stuff.
You're not learning to communicate. You're learning to read a script. And that's kind of the thing. It's sort of like how we always talk about how romance movies aren't true. Neither is porn. You see, the thing about pornography is it is designed specifically and mostly catered to men because men think men are sexually stimulated. And so you think, well, if I'm sexually stimulated, then it must work. The thing is, it's only specifically marketed basically to you.
Yeah.
So it's not really going to work with women. Now, that's not to say women don't watch porn, because that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. There. But there's a difference in porn marketed to men than it is marketed to women. Women usually have like a storyline and like some romance and some sexiness. Men it's just
straight down to the boom boom time.
Right. It's not. I mean, and then there's that trashy dialogue that people appreciate. But like,
yeah, the amazing acting before the acting. What? She brought a pizza and I didn't get a blowjob?
Right.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, the pizza guys really, I'm sure when the pizza porn came out, there was like an uptick of guys trying to become pizza men. But here's the thing. It doesn't work like that.
No. And there are women out there that are specifically saying you're getting it wrong.
Right.
I do. I want some feedback from our female audience on this to let us know if we missed something in this list of stuff that we are about to cover.
Yeah.
And the number one biggest complaint, this thing is like off the chart. The biggest complaint from women is the whole constant thrusting away to get to the promised land stuff. No.
Right? No.
Yeah,
it's that simple. No.
If go back and listen to our previous episode where we covered the mistakes that you guys are making, this is one of them.
Very much so.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's just like a huge confusion that guys are getting from the porn, that you get in there and it's just constant bang, 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 bang.
No, it's not, you're not hammering a nail here. That's the thing. And that's the biggest problem I think a lot of women have, is that guys don't really understand a female's body. And in porn, to be completely honest with you, I mean, it's so male-centric that it's almost like the only person, the male may be giving her pleasure, but it seems like the camera is primarily focused on what the man is doing to the woman. And these techniques are designed to trigger pleasure centers in your brain, not her brain. So the things you're doing, while they may be awesome for you, they're like semi-okay for her.
Yeah.
Also, those people are making like $15,000 a movie. Yeah. That's probably a little bit of motivation also.
Yeah, but there's a place for that,
right?
But it's not the entire center. That is not the center of her arousal. That's not where everything comes from. There is other ways to do that, and the constant hammering away.
There's a rhythm.
Yeah,
and it's almost as if guys have been given this unspoken control, which is primarily, honestly, I don't know why I didn't bring this up one of the last times, is that your woman isn't satisfied because you're taking control as a way to kind of just lead and not follow, when what you're really supposed to do is lead and follow at the same time. So if you're taking control of a bedroom type situation, yes, and you're leading it, that's fine. But also be willing to follow the rhythms of her body or his body or whoever body that you're banging. Because if you're not listening and you're not responding correctly, it's just bad.
Yeah. And there's, let's see. Going to kind of like introduce a little bit of science here. And I know a bunch of people are like going, oh God, there's science in this stuff.
There is science to this stuff.
There is science to this. There's this thing, it's called the whole medical industry.
Right.
There's actually a specified section within the medical industry that goes, actually there's two of them, that relates directly to this. When you can actually like read some instructions once in a while.
Really, pick up a fucking book. Like, if you want to be mature, you want to have a good sex life, you gotta learn about sex. You can't just do it.
Yeah, there are instructions, and some of the best place to get the instructions from is from females. But if you don't have any females that you can actually talk to, guess what? There's medical text. Now, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the actual medical name here, but most people will actually recognize the more common name. It's called the Kegel muscles. And yeah, guys, you actually do have those. Go figure. No,
right.
No, I'm not going to get into that whole thing, but go look it up. Do your homework. Okay, so guys, when you're actually in the girl, you can't just kind of like just keep hammering away because it doesn't really work for her. Okay. She actually needs to be able to like clamp down a little bit and squeeze a little bit to get some of her own pleasure. And she can't do that if you're constantly banging around.
Right.
Yeah. There's this thing called being still.
And just chilling, letting it flow and enjoying the time that you guys are together. And it's, sex is not only medical, it's spiritual, it's emotional, it's, dare I say, physical. There's some physicality there. It's like we said in the previous episode, it's the whole body. It's not just one specific area. There's more to this. And that's why different positions have different pleasure centers. But overall, if you're just kind of going for it for yourself, you're going to end on a high note for you.
Or if you're sitting there and you think that because this is what they show, where it's just kind of like, okay, do this, do that, straight to the bang, money shot.
Right.
No, that's not how it works. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, guys, there's also another big mistake that you're also making, and it's somehow believing that it is your job to get her over the top. No.
No, it's not. It's not completely your job.
Orgasms are not a gift. She doesn't sit there and order it like she's ordering. I'd like to order an orgasm. Oh, 30 minutes or less? Okay, I'll take 2 and a 2-liter Pepsi. I mean, you don't phone it in. And he shows up and goes, you ordered a multiple orgasm?
Right.
Here you go.
No, and you shouldn't want to make it, you shouldn't make it feel like that. It should be something you guys achieve together.
Yeah, it's not
you
something
both working together.
Yeah, this isn't something that you just give out.
Right.
If it was that way, I'd walk into a club and go, here's one for you, and here's one for you. I think I got another one back here in my pocket. Here you go. Talk about being a sex god. Jeez. Here you go. I'll just touch you here. There you go.
Yeah. You're saying, could you imagine? Oh my gosh, geez. Life would be so much better. And that's another thing is it's not some sort of, there's no real, and I'm just going to level with you. There's no real
there's no trick.
Cheat code we can give you. This isn't like Mortal Kombat where there's like a finisher move. Because there's not. Every person, once again, very different. Every person likes something some people like the same thing, but on the odds, if you date on a spectrum of people, you'll encounter people who like different things. Now, if you're smart, you will date people who enjoy the same sexual things you do. And that comes from having a
conversation. Yeah, we covered that in the last episode. Wow. Oh my gosh, you got to talk. Well, yeah, it actually helps if you're actually talking during as well.
And that's another reason porn is so damning, because porn, the only thing they say is stupid shit. Yeah, exactly. There's no communication. Right. And then you're like, okay, exactly. There's no communication. There's no talking unless it's like, oh, do you want me to spit in your mouth or something vulgar as fuck? Yeah. Like, there's no real communication. Yeah. Like, ew. Like, don't talk about that. Maybe say, like, are you enjoying this? Maybe what can I do better? If you see he or she is not enjoying it, try something else.
Yeah, but the orgasm is a process.
Somehow everybody in every porn you've ever seen enjoys it. Yeah. And that's the thing. You guys need to realize that just because somebody who, once again, is making about $15,000, so I'm sure they have plenty of pleasure centers lit up. But just because you see it on TV does not make it real. There's this thing women do called faking, and we're all pretty good at it.
Yeah.
So.
The other thing that a lot of guys think that is true from porn, we just kind of touched on this for just a second, is that all women moan during sex.
Yes.
Everybody's moaning. Everybody's screaming. Oh my God.
Like, it's obnoxious. It's not even fun, you know? Yeah. It gives you a headache.
Yeah, there are some women who are vocal. I've actually run into a couple who openly admit, yes, they are a screamer.
Yes, vocal is good, but the way they do it is just overmodulated. Yeah,
but there are some women, they're just not. Some of them, every woman has their own way of expressing her own arousal.
Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Some, they breathe a little bit heavier, and that's all you're going to get out of them.
That's it.
Some of them, they just might become flushed across the face or the upper chest. Some of them, they'll become like snakes. They're just kind of moving all over the damn place.
That's harmless.
Yeah, but some are vocal and some are very quiet. I mean, you're just like, can I get some kind of feedback here?
Right, and that's kind of a thing. Give some feedback, even if you are a quiet person. Like, I don't know, scratch them or something. Do something. Yeah. Not too hard.
Yeah, some of them they do like pull you in and squeeze you. Some of them they might scratch. Some of them they might start biting. I mean, everybody's different.
You have to know, but that's the point. Is porn is just one sort of way, and obviously there's different categories. But I'm not going to reveal my perversions.
I'm just sticking with like the generalized.
Right, we're talking generalized category.
I'm not going into the specifics of the
weird stuff that you see on sites that you probably shouldn't even know exist. Okay, that's between you and Jesus. But like the rest of it, the normal stuff is just it's male centric. It's very non-communicative, and it's very uncomfortable when you think about what the industry comes down to, because once again, they don't even really know each other that well. The best sex you usually have, I mean, one night stands
know each other for about maybe 15 minutes unless they actually are doing a repeat.
Right. You know, and that's the best sex you usually have is with someone you can communicate with. someone you feel comfortable laughing with, someone who something weird might happen in the middle and not everybody's embarrassed. Everyone's just laughing. That's the fun.
And if you're not getting any kind of feedback, or if you're not sure, try this. Ask.
It's like blowing my mind how simple. And I know we sound kind of like assholes, but the thing is, when you don't ask, you don't know.
And you're not going to get any better.
Right.
I mean, that's really what it boils down to. Porn is entertainment.
Right.
Sometimes it's fucked up entertainment, but it's in general, it's entertainment. It is not educational material.
No, it's not.
Here's another thing. Another big thing that women have problems with guys who watch porn is the positions.
First of all, no.
Not every position in porn works in real life. Flipping her over and propping her leg up on the bookcase does not make for great sex.
I mean, if she's flexible, then maybe. But
maybe for shaking things up. But for average,
absolutely not. And nobody got all that fucking flexibility, okay? No one has that. And if they do have flexibility and they enjoy using it, by all means, congratulations. But
not every woman likes having sex and feeling like she's in the stirrups.
Who the fuck wants their head smashed against the wall every time? Nobody, okay? Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be smothered by a couch. And it's once again, consideration. You're watching women who are making buku dollars by getting laid. So yes, they're going to pretend, their job is to pretend to enjoy it.
Yeah, but porn is a visual medium. It's video. Go figure.
Right.
So now, you got to understand, those positions are made so that the cameraman, and I would not want to be a cameraman in this, can get
totally would be
in
a
there.
Camera person. I totally would. I think that's one of the coolest jobs ever. And honestly, it's just because
if I had a Zoom feature, but I really don't want to be up underneath.
Oh yeah, underneath. Yeah, but they usually have they have the
I guess they're using GoPros now. I mean,
they're not there's not some guy standing underneath you and shit. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, this isn't the 70s. They have technology and shit for that. But I don't know. Yeah. I think working in the porn industry is a lot better than watching porn constantly and expecting that shit.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I do know a guy, he edits. He does a lot of editing.
It's good cash.
Oh, he gets paid. Actually, what I found interesting is that certain porn stars, they have their own editors.
Yeah. Because they know their angles.
Yeah, well, they don't let just anybody edit their stuff. So, and it's kind of hard to actually break into that editing business. But he says that kind of gets really boring.
Well, yeah, because you can only watch so much porn.
Yeah, you can only watch so much. But
God, I'll watch the chum. I can imagine he watches it on mute too. That just sounds. Well, you can't, I guess, if you're editing, but just.
Yeah,
it sounds fun.
I don't know, but anyways, porn is visual, and not all the positions work in real life.
No.
If you look at it, there's only so many positions that they use. And it's really
there's only
repeat.
So many positions the human body can actually take, by the way.
I actually find porn itself, boring, to tell you the truth, because it's usually the same thing. Okay, so they're going to do this. Okay, now here comes this position. Yeah, there is definitely a formula. Position, and now it's this position.
Yeah, it's literally a formula. I mean, and that's for any, and even if you, I mean,
well, almost every TV show is a formula. If you watch cop shows, it's a formula.
And it works, so they keep using it until people are like, I don't like this one anymore. And then they'll change it up a little bit. But that's the thing. You want, and you want to recognize the fact that this is formulaic and it's designed specifically for you to receive pleasure. But once again, only you.
Yeah. So
now, if you guys watch porn together and you're like, hey, let's try it, that's totally different.
Yeah. Now, if you want to try different positions and stuff, the best thing to do is, again, communicate.
Right?
Wow. Find out what actually feels good for them, and find out, and okay, does it feel good for you? And okay, well, would you like to try this? Would you like to try that? There's a book out there. I don't know. It's called the Kama Sutra. Mm-hmm. There's a shitload of positions for you to try.
God bless you if you try them all.
Yeah, if you can make it through all of them, yeah, you've got more talent than I do. So, because some of those positions are really fucked up.
Yeah, they don't make any sense.
Yeah. I actually do need instructions because I'm looking at them like, how's that work?
Like,
Cross
for
your
what?
legs,
Why-
cross my legs, and cross over here.
I'm
Wrap
literally
up-
about to like Google this shit right now because there's a couple of them that I forgot,
There's one
but
that
I
looks,
know.
it's like both of them are sitting Indian style somehow.
Yeah,
but
like it's
the
called
legs
yeah.
the legs don't go behind the other person. It's like they're sitting Indian style and they're folded in
Right?
half.
Yeah, that sounds super. And it's almost like, oh, you want to try this? And I'm like, why? Like, for what? So we can get stuck and like have to be on that show, Sex Sent Me to the ER or something?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I'm not trying this. I deserve better. Like, I deserve better as a person.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Now it's done.
Yeah. But while Ashley is looking
Yes, well, I'm in Google
that
though.
up, okay, I'm actually going to, this is another one. And a lot of people don't get this. Sometimes you need lube. Let's just put that out there because, okay, so here's the thing. Okay, now if you're on one of those marathon sex things that like is lasting all friggin' day, guess what?
Drink water.
It's almost a necessity that you actually introduce some lube. Your body's just not going to be able to produce any more fluids. But there's also times that the mind is working, everything is clicking, but the body is kind of going.
It's kind of tired. People get tired. I don't understand. Okay, it's perfectly normal. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to use lube. It's not embarrassing. Just get it over with. The most embarrassing part is just buying it, I think.
Yeah, I think so. But there's a thing called Amazon. You can order it.
It's true.
If you want, you can actually go to what's that? Adam and Eve. You can order it there.
Yeah.
That's what they deal in, and they will send it. And yeah, it's in an unmarked box.
Yeah,
so
it's
nobody
not
knows.
embarrassing.
Yeah, and if it's from Amazon, all you get is the Amazon box anyway, so nobody fucking cares. It might get stolen off your door, but
that would be hilarious. Can you imagine like one of those Amazon thieves grabbing your shit and it's just all sex toys and stuff? Yeah. And then being like, here, I think you need these. Here you go.
Mommy,
oh my God, that'd be amazing. Right? Like, oh my gosh. So don't steal people's shit from Amazon.
But sometimes it happens to women, but it also happens to guys. Guys, we usually have the opposite. Free Willy doesn't want to be free. Mm-hmm. But it's like the body is kind of going, yeah, are we serious? We're going to do this?
Right. Are you guys joking?
I'm just going to sit back here. I want to make sure before I start doing anything. So, especially in the beginning, sometimes you kind of need a little assistance moving things along. Now, there's different kinds of lube that's out there. You can get water-based, which is kind of like the all-around. It kind of works for everything. Only bad thing is it doesn't last that long. You got the silicone, which is like really fucking slick and lasts forever. You just have to watch out for the allergies. Both of those, by the way, do work with condoms. Hey, safe sex here. Then you've got oil-based, which kind of like sits in the middle. It's kind of slick, but it doesn't last forever. The drawback to that one is, you can't use it with condoms. So
use condoms.
Yeah, I mean, you can sit there but you got different flavors if you want to go that route. You've got
coconut.
Yeah, coconut, peppermint. Yeah,
all the crazy ones.
Yeah,
they should make like a Babe Ruth flavored lube.
Shit, if they came out with cookies and cream, we'd be in
right?
business.
Oh my God. Maybe we need to look into lube flavors as our new product. You just get different some weird flavors of lube, like cookies and cream.
If they came out with chocolate flavor, well, I'm pretty sure they might.
I'm sure they have
that.
chocolate, dude. Come on, cookies and cream is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes people need some help in that department, and what you don't see because let me tell you, go watch some Amazon. There's like Life After Porn type show on there. Okay, so you can sit there and watch that, and these porn stars that have retired are now they'll sit there. I was on set. We were doing it for 8 hours. Tell me they didn't use some lube.
Oh, they do. They use lube sometimes.
They just cut all that stuff out. You just don't see it.
You have to. I mean, I don't think. Okay, number one, all these sex marathons are super cute when you're like 15 or 16, or that's too young, I guess.
20s.
I guess when you're in your 20s, it's not nice. But then you get older and you're like, you know what?
Hey, sometimes it's fun.
So every so often.
Yeah,
but
every so often. I mean,
you don't want to just do that shit all the time.
Yeah, but if you got the little crumb grubbers and rugrats, I mean, you've got from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock to get it on.
That's true.
Unless you send them over to the grandparents.
Right? And don't bring them back. No, seriously. I'm just kidding. Always pick your kids back up. Need to clarify that before someone drops their kids off.
Yeah. Yeah, call before you drop them off. But another complaint is going along with that is the lack of hands. Again, people, whole body.
Whole body.
What do you see in porn? Okay, yeah, they might be doing a little bit of grabbing here and there. I mean, it's like grab and jerk and shit like that. But really, what do you see? Guy uses his hand a little bit. Then he's going to use his mouth. Then it's going to be BJ time. Then right after that, it's going to be a whole lot of fucking positions. Now, if they're going to extend it out and make it a 15-minute scene, they'll sit there and they'll go back to using their mouths a little bit, and then it's right back to the standard positions until the money shot comes up.
Yep.
Fucking
a little
boring.
zoom in at the end. Exactly.
Yeah.
See, it's like we said, it's formulaic. It's crazy how formulaic it is, actually. To the point where you can pretty much, if you watched enough porn, which I haven't because I'm a good Christian woman, but if you have because you're a dirty pervert, you can know exactly at what time to switch to certain things.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the military. I mean, that's all. You go into the barracks, that's all they're watching. And you can go right down the barracks room. It's porn, action movie, porn,
Die Hard,
action
right?
movie. Yeah,
porn, Die Hard. I imagine that makes sense, and it's funny. I think that now I'm just figuring how disgusting military barrack floors are.
What you're missing is the caresses, the every now and then you're going to pinch here, tickle there, scratch here. The touching enhances the whole experience, and it just fucking feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, it's whole body, and you're not learning that in porn unless you're going for the designer porn, which is pretty much the stuff that's made for women.
That stuff's classy.
Yeah, I mean that.
It's classy, man.
Yeah. Now you're starting to see a whole lot more of the touching and caressing and everything else. That's what the women want. Guys, you're sitting there on Pornhub going, young chick gets banged. That's not
for real.
Yeah.
For real. Like, and it's just the most, and the titles can kind of reflect why you guys are so bad at sex. It's like, why don't you look for something that says more like, both people enjoy themselves, not like young chick gets banged, because it's just so vulgar and so weird. And sex isn't meant to be vulgar or weird. It's meant to be sexy and a little bit vulgar sometimes.
There's nothing wrong with getting a little bit freaky in the bedroom, but
let's get weird.
Yeah, but still, I mean, porn is not educational material.
It's not.
Okay, I want to reverse things here. I'm going to go back to that whole thrusting thing. Guys, harder is not better, okay? I'm just going to put it out there. Harder is not better. Yeah, sometimes it can be great and it can feel really good to her, but it doesn't work, especially in the beginning. I mean, unless you've got some kind of Superman stamina type thing going on.
Right, you're going to be tired.
Yeah, you're going to wear yourself out.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like one of those kids who just eats an ice pop and just keeps running around in circles and then passes out like 2 seconds later. It's the same exact concept.
Yeah, it's like having a whole bunch of ice cream all at once. You get the brain freeze.
Right. Rhythm is what it's about. This is why learning how to dance is imperative to being a good lover.
Yeah. How many NFL stars out there go out and they take yoga and ballet classes?
Mm-hmm. Look how many women they get.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't sit there and just go hard and go deep and everything can really... oh, yeah. Let me tell you, some of those screams that she's given isn't exactly from pleasure, people.
That's so true.
Yeah, sometimes it is fucking hurting.
Sometimes she's in pain. That's so funny. And that's where listening comes in. And again, we're porn
and
stars.
paying attention to her and what she is doing.
Right, because you assume in porn, the louder the woman, the more she's enjoying it. So when you hear it in the bedroom, you think the same thing. When really, like, when you guys are done, she's probably like, I will never call this motherfucker again. This wasn't very fun.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's this thing called the cervix. It's sensitive, and when you're constantly pounding into it, it fucking hurts. So I've been told.
Yes, people don't want bruised cervixes. Well, some people do. But then you got to find those people. That's the thing. If you want to have super rough, pretty gross, oh my God, this is ridiculous sex.
Yeah, that's actually going to come up in our next one here.
Yeah.
The next point. Because, these guys sitting there going, like we mentioned in the last show, I've got the biggest dick in the world. I can help it. No. One, if it's too big and you're constantly pounding into her cervix, she doesn't want to have anything to do with you, especially if she doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
There is a small portion out there that, they kind of do enjoy that. Doesn't make sense to me. I'm in it for the pleasure, not the pain. But
everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody's different. Look, there's a difference between porn guys and what we'll just refer to as the average, ordinary, everyday guys. Okay? The guys who are hired for porn are literally hired for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Size. And if you're constantly comparing yourself to their size, you're just going to drive yourself nuts. The vast majority of the population of women, okay, now I want to say this. There is a very small portion of the women's population that actually likes the big wangs. Most of them are perfectly happy with the quote-unquote normal size. Some women are actually intimidated by the bigger sizes.
Right.
Yeah, because they're like, you're not putting that in me.
Nope, that just looks dangerous, you know? See, that's the thing. You gotta be smart and don't be ashamed of whatever size you are. If it's good, it's good.
Yeah, if it gets the job done, hey, if the entire female population just wanted the big ones, the world's population would be a hell of a lot smaller and a shitload more frustrated.
Yeah, imagine if women had the orgasm to have children.
Yeah.
Exactly. That. Guess who wouldn't exist? Any of us, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually literally owe the entire world's population to women. Mm-hmm. 'Cause I just watched that Amazon show, China, thing on China with the one-child law that they had, and everybody wanted males. And I'm like, if all you had are guys, your population is dead because there's no females.
Yep. That's very true. That's crazy, though. It's crazy when you think about it. What's the next point? Do we have another point?
Yeah, actually we do. Okay, here we go. Porn is only for a certain type of person. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, so if you're big into porn, it's usually a certain type of female body and a certain type of male body. There's very little diversity in mainstream porn. So if you're sitting there going, and you cannot picture yourself having sex because you don't fit what is in the porn industry, then people fall into that trap of thinking, well, I can't have sex because I don't look like them.
Right. I got news for you. Most of us don't.
Yeah, most of us don't. It's usually the guys, they go out to the gym, they work out. Every now and then you might see something else in there. But most of the time, they're very fit. If they're not on set, they're at the gym. And with the women, it's usually a little tiny itty bitty petite, the hourglass figure, very thin, very fragile, might weigh 98 pounds. Well, guess what, people? Sex is for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to throw a caveat in there. Sex is for everybody who is consenting and of legal age.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not going to have somebody
That's-
sitting there. Well, they said I could have sex with anybody. No, that's not what I said.
No, somebody who wants to have sex with you, and for that, just to add on to that, if somebody wants to stop having sex with you in the middle of sex,
Yeah.
stop having sex with them.
You're not owed sex. Sex is earned. Okay? I'm just going to put it out there like that. You are not owed sex. Now everybody can have it, but it is earned. It is not something you manipulate somebody into.
And if you feel like you have to manipulate someone or you want to manipulate someone, there's a problem because that's sick.
Yeah.
And it's weird and it's cruel and it's uncomfortable. And sex is meant to be enjoyed by both parties. I don't think we can stress this enough. If you are manipulating someone, if you are coercing someone, if you are guilting someone into having sex, that is not sex anymore.
No, I would actually go so far, and this is my personal opinion, I would go so far as to say that is almost on the verge of rape. Because if you have to manipulate somebody into it, no, I'm not on board. I'm not going off, and I'm not saying that porn is a bad thing. I mean, some people may think otherwise for whatever reason that they may have. But porn has been around for centuries in one form or another form. Mm-hmm. So it's not going anywhere. But it is not a learning tool. Guys, you're watching this stuff and you're taking that and you're trying to put it into real life. It's not real life. And all you're doing is making things really weird for a lot of people, and you are not good at it.
Not only are you not good at it, you're just wasting time. It's just kind of like...
Yeah, you're not going to get a repeat performance.
Right. And if you're just doing it for your enjoyment, then you're missing out on a really fun part of it.
Yeah. It should be something that's desired, something that's explored. Both of you are having fun. And yeah, if you're pulling stuff from the porn industry, it's not working. Actually, I missed one in here. And this is probably one of the biggest ones. Okay, guys, you can't sit there and think that anal is easy.
No.
You can't just sit there and go, whoop, I'm in, yeehaw.
You want anal so bad, you fucking try it. How about that?
I mean, it's like all over the place nowadays. It's popping up in mainstream TV shows are talking about it. Look, some women like it, some women don't. But that is based on an ability of trust. There's a shitload of trust that goes in there because you can really fuck somebody up. But you're talking emergency room, hospital stays, and surgery if you mess this thing up.
Not to mention the emotional damage.
Yeah. And if she's had a really bad experience with it because somebody that didn't know what the fuck they were doing, guess what? She's not going to try it again.
Right. And you don't have to keep asking. No means no.
Yeah, no means no. Now, if they're willing to give it a try, so be it. But what you don't see in porn is all the stuff that hits the cutting room floor and all the preparation they did beforehand.
Right.
So, yeah, stop it. If you want to try it, bring it up. If she says no, the answer is no. Knock the shit off. But I just want to get that one out there because I asked for female feedback, and if I missed that one, I'm going to have a bunch of women like pissed off that I missed it.
Yep, that is true. Let's read down the list one more time.
Yeah. Okay. Number one, the biggest complaint. Thrusting is not everything. It's part of it, but it's not the center of her arousal. Rhythm, ebbs and flows. Make sure to take a break every now and then. Try being still. All right. Next one. Orgasms are not some kind of gift. It is not your sole responsibility to give her an orgasm. She actually has to want it. There's a little bit of work she's got to put into it. You don't just phone it in and start handing it out.
Right.
Okay. Not every woman moans all the way through sex. Watch her body. Pay attention. All right. Not every sexual position used in porn works in real life. All right.
It does not.
Yeah. They have a certain amount of positions because that works for the camera. Unless you got your best friend sitting behind you filming you, somebody might actually do that. But
right.
if not every position works in real life, people. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Now, let's see. Porn is visual. You need to communicate
Constantly.
constantly.
Not like obviously overcomplicated, but throughout the whole thing.
And this is where I was going to actually toss this one in here. Guys, anal is not effortless.
No.
Actually, do your friggin' homework on it before you, because you can cause a lot of friggin' damage there. Okay, next one is buy some lube. It's needed every now and then. It helps things along.
There should be no shame in it, but if you are ashamed,
Suck it up. Go buy it.
go buy it or use Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, order it online if you're going to get that hung up on it.
Right.
All right, another big complaint: not using your hands. Okay, caress, try touching. I mean, it's the whole body experience. It actually feels good, and it can actually help get her and you over the top. And harder is not always better, people.
Yes, you're not hammering a nail.
Yeah. I mean, you're not constantly, all right, stop it. I mean, it can actually hurt. So pay attention. Next one, bigger is not better.
Not always.
Not always. Now, some women do like bigger, but the vast majority of women, the general population,
They'll settle.
your normal size will actually work.
It shouldn't matter if you know what you're doing.
If you know what you're doing, it's not going to matter because you actually have more than one tool.
Right.
Unintended there. All right. So, guys, porn is not education. And if you really want a good education, start talking to women. Start talking to them while you're doing it, before you do it, after you do it. If you actually have a good female friend that you get along with at work, I'm pretty sure, the sexy talk kind of came up once in a while. Pay attention, make mental notes, ask them.
Right. Read a book.
Yeah. And not everything works for everybody. That's one thing in porn that I constantly see. One thing works for like every friggin' porn star out there.
Yeah, no, that's called a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
That's what works for them.
Yeah.
Or that's what they work for.
Yeah, I mean, they can actually get paid, paycheck. I think, just starting out. I mean, some of them, they can make like $500-$600 per scene.
Yeah, and that's starting out.
Yeah, but you have to figure that one scene, they're getting paid one time. So it could be like $600 for that one scene, and it's going to be put in like 18 movies. It's not $600 times 18. It's $600 one time. Thank you. We'll use it as much as we want.
Unless you're on Jeremy.
Yeah, but if you work your way up there and you actually become one of the big stars, you can actually...
Like where people know your name?
Yeah.
Because for someone to know your name in porn is kind of a big deal. Because nobody would ever admit that.
Yeah, they can actually start demanding like $10,000, $15,000. Mm-hmm. But your average porn star, they're not getting paid a whole lot. But it does pay the bills, and it's probably more than a lot of us make.
Yeah.
But guys, again, you're fucking it up.
Just stop it.
All you're doing is making it really easy for the guys who know what the hell they're doing. And that's what I'm trying to alleviate here. I'm trying to help you be a sex god.
That's it. Do you want to be a sex god?
It's not that hard. You just got to pay attention and actually have a conversation with a woman or a conversation with your partner, because not everybody's the same. All right. So girls, ladies, did we miss anything? Is there something on this list that we missed? Let us know. And did we get it right? Is there something that we should have touched on just a little bit more because we didn't cover it well enough? Yeah,
let us know. Let us know everything. Make sure you guys rate and review us all the time when you're listening. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram at Girls House Guys Show, Twitter, Girls House Guys SH1. And also don't forget we're starting our crash course, our mini crash course in getting a date soon. And as you hear that, we'll have PDFs available for you to download. So that way you can do some work and you can really start to learn how to get your date. And that's what we kind of want to do for you. We figure we'll give you a little crash course since you've been so wonderful. So thank you everyone for listening, actually.
Yeah, because, I mean, this right here, if all you're doing is kind of taking things and just kind of, well, that worked, you're leaving stuff to chance. It's better if you actually know what's going on. Not just in the bedroom, but also when you're out there and you're actually trying to get somebody else. When you're trying to find somebody else. If it's like hit and miss and you can't figure out why something worked or why something didn't work, you're leaving it to chance. We're breaking this stuff down to the point where there is no chance left. You either know it works or it doesn't work. And that's where a lot of these pickup artists and all that bullshit that's floating around out there, they show you, here, see, I went out and I picked this girl up and I picked that girl up and I picked it. What they're not showing you is the other 52 times that it didn't
the millions
work.
of times they've failed. And the fact is that they're asking 700 women, and so they'll get yeses for maybe 30 of them, which is a great way to promote yourself. But the problem is they're not teaching you anything but manipulation, and they aren't teaching you how to actually choose people that you want to go on dates with. They're saying just kind of walk up to anyone and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean that can work, but you actually have to know why it works, and that's what we're taking out. I mean, I'm giving you this stuff beginning to end. It's not like all of the information, but it's enough to actually get you started and increase your chances a little bit if you do what we say. I mean, I'm not guaranteeing success. I'm going to tell you straight up from the beginning, you're going to fail, but you got to be willing to fail before you get better. That's why we got the PDF sheets in there and the worksheets and stuff that you can actually work this stuff through and keep a record.
Rejection's totally normal, but also don't forget that you want to have more than one person in mind. I mean, we're not talking soulmate level shit here.
I mean, it's possible you could meet your soulmate, but I mean, we're talking about you can actually go out and you can strike up a conversation. Now, where that conversation goes, that's completely up to you and it's completely up to them. But at least you can leave knowing that, shit, that wasn't that hard.
Right.
I can actually talk to somebody.
Right, exactly.
This stuff, I'm just going to put this little piece out there as well. It's not only for dating. Okay, it does work. It is designed for dating, but you actually find that this stuff does work at your job, in any kind of social event. It works pretty much anywhere and everywhere. It's just a matter of being able to open your mouth, read the situation, know the environment you're in, and take it from there.
Right. That's simple.
Yep, that's
simple.
Okay, girls, ladies, women, did we miss something? Guys,
you know something, guys.
Yeah.
You know something we're not talking about.
Yeah, guys, did we miss something? And do you have any war stories about you tried some of this shit from porn and it didn't work out for you?
Oh yeah,
are you
willing
to fess up? That would be an interesting one. Can we get at least one guy out there willing to fess up? You can send it in anonymously if you want.
Yeah, we just want to read it. We don't care what your name is.
That's all for this episode of the Girls Ask Guys show, where all of us learn to master this thing called life together. For more answers to your questions on life and love, be sure to subscribe to the show so you don't miss a single episode. And head to girlsaskguyshow.com to submit your questions for a future episode or apply to be a guest on the show. Good luck out there, and we'll catch you next time, right here on the Girls Ask Guys show.